Well, good morning. Here we are. We're at Cumberland Mine Railroad. Snowy Sunday morning here, towards the middle of January, or January 16th or so. We're track traveling up to our work location this morning. I've been doing a lot of cribbing on this. Is curve 26, and you guys saw my videos I put up on the tie gangs that we had in here, pulling the ties in the trip machines, and this is the location. This is the area where it was taken at. So I've got all this cribbed out through here. Go back, I've got, I don't know, 4 or 5, maybe 6 videos of that work we were doing back when it was much warmer. It's not too bad out this morning. It's 33 degrees, a little bit of snow, but it's cold yesterday morning. It was down to 22. So anyway, all this has all been cribbed out, and we got some pretty decent track in here now. I'll put a bunch of new ties in if you guys saw all that, and I got to tamp it 1 or 2 more times before we finalize it, but it still is a whole lot better than what it was. Over here on your right, that's the game lands, state game lands, all of that you see, and also on my left. Coming into curve 25, and this starts the steepest part of our track. We're going to be going up a 2.5% grade. We're headed west towards the mine, so there's a lot of cribbing needs done on these ties, these curves too, all the way up to the underpass 2, which we're going to go to. So we got a lot of work yet to do, but this is about a 9-degree curve we're in. We're going to have a short tangent up here, and we're going to go into about another 9-degree curve. So this is what we call our S curves. We got a left-hand curve, short tangent, and then we're going to have a right-hand curve. Again, this is when they come out of the underpass up here, they're going to be setting up for their dynamics. They're coming loads down the hill. Pulling this with empties is no big deal. But this little tangent was cribbed out also when we did that work. So I got to tamp it again here a couple more times before it gets finalized. We got this shoulder on the inside cut out to drain it. A lot of trying to get rid of some of the mud, the water laying in there and stuff, and it's doing a good job draining out. But there's a lot needs done up through here. But we got a bigger fish to fry too. Rails are a little bit icy this morning, and I know you can't tell it, but my rear wheels are spinning a little bit climbing this grade. We'll make it. We'll make it. This is all a big pond in the game lands over there too. There's a lot of geese going there. That was froze there a couple years, and it was so cool. I came up here, and there were the geese on the thing. They were actually skating around. They was having a great time. It was just, I wish I had videotaped that. They take off and run and just skate. It was really cool. This is Bridge 3. We put a new bridge deck on here 2 years ago. Really high up in the air. Again, that's all state game lands. There's another big pond way back up in there too. So, if you're wondering, I got a Freightliner truck here. It's got a 10-speed Eaton Fuller transmission. I'm running right now in 4th gear. I track travel usually about 12 to 15 mile an hour just to get to the job. We're going to put some ties in today under in a mud spot and crib out some ties. We're still on that steep grade. So maybe I'll make a couple videos here later on about when we put the ties in too. We did that last weekend. We had the broken rail. And, glad that weekend was over. I made a track inspection yesterday, and when everything seemed like it was in pretty good shape. So we're doing good here. It's pretty neat. This truck here's got around 73,000 miles on it. It's 19 years old. I've been I got it when it got it in here when it was brand new. I've been full-time track maintenance here at Cumberland for last 18 years. So those 73,000 miles, I figure I put around 65,000 of those miles on myself driving, either on the rail or on the road. It does require a Class CDL Class B license, which I actually have a Class A license, so that's no big deal. But grade's starting to lessen here. We're down to about a 2% grade now. We'll be flattening out here just as soon as we come into this underpass. I'm on the milepost 5, and that is Interstate 79 at the Kirby interchange, which we're going to go under here. We have a water line from the mine that pumps water down to the river, filtered water here. It's on the side. That's the big pipe here you're going to see on our side, on the side. They've got it insulated and heated so it doesn't freeze. But going into 79 tunnel, this is railroad. That's pretty cool. I get to do this all the time, and they pay me for it. Ah, can you imagine that? Yeah, I get paid to do this. Wow. This is underpass 1. It's underneath the Polecat Road. This that tunnel back there and this tunnel have the one back there still has the concrete floor. This had a concrete floor in it also. Now, about 10 years ago, they long-walled underneath our track up through here. And at that time, they started right there at the tunnel. And they tore the concrete out. So you see we have an awful lot of ballast here on the side. This is up in the air, pretty high. This is curve 21 that we're in right now. I'm going to show you something. That power line over there, my dad was a lineman for West Penn Power. That's the power company here. And when they built this mine back in the early 70s, he actually was one of the linemen that helped move that power line so they could put the tunnel in and build the railroad here. So that's interesting. He took us up here when I was in high school, and they had the tunnel put in and just the floor. They didn't have any track or anything, and I remember that. He took us on a Sunday trip to that. So yeah, but this was all long walled up all the way up through this tangent up here. That's why we got all this rock here. That was wild. We'd haul rock up here and stockpile it along the side so we'd have it. And 2 to 3 days a week we hauled rock up here. And then 2 days a week we come up and tamp, because actually what would happen is on a longwall move, on a longwall mining, they take out into everything underground. Everything goes underground, and they let the roof fall behind the longwall mining machine. But when the roof falls, it'll fall 7-8 feet, depending on the height of the seam. So what happens, your surface up here, it falls too. We had parts of this track, and you might not believe this or not, the track would actually fall 3 feet. So the track could be going out here and just fall off 3 feet. Now that was that's pretty radical. And most of it didn't go that far. It was averaged about 2 to 2.5 feet where the track fell. So we had our work cut out for us trying to keep this track surface up. Obviously, they had slow order on the train going through here, but there has been instances where that locomotive would come down and start down, where the front plow would actually hit the top of the rails. And now this curve wasn't long-walled under. When we just coming out of this curve, this is curve 19. Actually, right about in here, the second panel started up in here, and we ran up through here for about another half mile or so, where this was all long-walled under too. So I'm glad that's over, but we got a lot of ballast. This track's probably 5 feet up in the air. A lot of ballast, and one nice thing about that, it rides really good. The track surface holds really good with all that ballast under there, and no mud. No mud. Okay, so we're in track traveling to get some work done here this morning, and I don't know if I told you or not, this truck is a Freightliner. I don't think I told you that. So anyway, I'm going to get off of here. Our work location here is just right up around this curve. We're at milepost 4, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you for watching, and have a really good day.